Konnichi, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Tablenauts. Welcome to part 2 of our Best 2022 Games series. If you haven't watched it yet, you should go back and watch Max's list so you can see what a bad list is like, and then jump into this video to see our superior list. I'm Jash.
I'm Kyle.
Over in the peanut gallery, we have...
Doolin.
Kenny.
We just met today.
Yeah, it's true. Today is the first day that me and Kyle have ever been in person.
Name a better duo.
Let's jump into our list. Let's jump in. So for me, it was Ready, Set, Bet.
Okay.
Have you played Ready, Set, Bet?
I have not.
Great. So I'll be talking for a little bit. So Ready, Set, Bet is a betting game where one person is rolling dice to determine which horses are going to win, and then you place bets, and that's it.
I do think I would like Ready, Set, Bet. But did you guys play with the app? Or did you
No,
have
we did
somebody
not. It was actually Doolin. I've heard that the app is cool and fun, but
Yeah.
Doolin was also cool and fun.
Oh yeah. I think your crew, our crew.
The crew.
The crew.
Not the
crew.
The crew.
Definitely not the crew.
Yeah, I think our crew could run that game very well.
Right.
But I mean the app lets everybody play. I think that's where.
It's very important though for this game like this is that people, like everyone gets into it. Because the first round, I wasn't super sold on it. But there was 3 rounds of play. And by the 3rd round, especially with Max there, Max would get into it. He was like, yeah, there goes my horse. There goes my horse. And then I was like,
They
yeah,
have names.
there goes the horses.
That's a really good impression.
It's true. It sounded just like
They
you.
don't have names.
I've been practicing. Yeah, they do.
Let's go
1
6.
through 12.
Let's go 6.
If you had a racehorse, what would you name it?
Racehorse.
I would do it with continental breakfast.
Cinnamon twist.
Let's go
Okay.
6.
Just another breakfast.
Yeah.
All right. My number 10, I guarantee I'm going to get crap for it right off the rip because it is a remake. And that is Libertalia, Winds of Gale Crest. So it's based on
I like that.
it's
I like that.
based on a 2012 game, Libertalia, by Paolo Mori, I think.
Yep.
And so it was remade by Stonemaier Games, so it was great production, as you know. But in this game, it's like a hand management game. Everybody has the same set of like 7 or 8 cards. I can't remember the number. So you know what everybody's hand is. And then you're going to put one face down, and everybody's going to reveal at the same time. So like if I play an 11 and you play a 10, then you know the 11's out of my hand. Each card will have a value, and each card will have a power. The higher the value is, the better loot token you get, which is worth points. The lower the value of your card is, the better your power gets to trigger first. So you might be able to like kill the card I played before I even get to go. So it's just like a really good hand management game, and like knowing what other people may have and may not play, and you're trying to like double fake because some of the tiles are good, some of the tiles that you're taking are bad, and you're just playing like 7 rounds, and there's just a lot of variability because there's like a stack of 40 cards, and you're only dealing out 10 at a time. So the combination of 10 cards you have is always going to be different.
I appreciate any updated version that has like Azuli tiles.
Yeah,
Like
those
a
are
little
nice.
starburst.
Yeah.
Those are nice.
Little Star.
Yeah, little starburst.
It's actually, and it's very simple to learn.
Yeah. That's a great game.
I feel like I should have mentioned somewhere at the top of this video that I've never played a board game before. From being back, so from December 1st, I have played 20 2022 games.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
So if ever at your list, you're like, that made his list, I'd Slim Pickens. Number 9 for me is Block and Key.
Woo!
I have not played Block and Key.
It's good. You So you draft these blocks that are like really satisfying to hold.
Oh yeah.
Like they are the perfect blocks.
clay block.
They are like Tetris pieces, tetrominoes, and you place them down and you're trying to match the patterns that are on your card from your angle. What other people can do, they place things, and what they do affects where it is too, but it's like just from your perspective. Everyone sits on like this side, the little 4 round.
Yep.
There's a tower.
What about the
talking to
keys? You
her or
haven't
me?
talked about the keys.
There are no keys. That's the key. There are no keys.
The keys are
That's the
the
twist.
cards.
Oh.
Yeah. It's first one to a specific amount of cards.
Yeah.
But all the cards are worth different amounts, and so there's some strategy in going for the short ones to end the game quicker, or going for the bigger ones and getting the bigger ones. There's very little like hate placing because you have no idea what they need and what you need.
You are much more likely to run into hate drafting than hate placing. 'Cause you might know what they're going for as far as like color and whatnot, but you might not necessarily know what angle they're going for. So the way you place things, you don't know how it's really going to affect the other people unless you're like really paying attention to what they're doing.
I like drafting. I would play that.
Yeah, it's good. I enjoyed it.
We only played it at 3, and I honestly think that it would be even better at 4 or 2 because having somebody always across across from you, I think would be huge.
Do you like blocks?
Yes.
You love this game.
I love blocks. So on keys.
Do you like games that use the blocks as part of a game component?
Sure. Jenga.
Yeah.
Love Jenga.
Do you like games that use keys as a game component?
No.
Then this is perfect for you.
They got rid of that part, but they forgot to remove it from the
Yeah.
title.
They thought block and wouldn't be very good, so they needed another thing.
My number 9 is a game I just played today for the first time.
Woo! Blood on the clock tower, baby!
No. You're embarrassing yourself.
It was the chuckle for me.
No.
I played this with Jash, and he
Wow.
destroyed me.
It's true.
It was brutal.
It was brutal. It's surprising that I didn't just toss the copy that Doolin got me away. This is Caesar.
Sees what?
Her.
I hardly know her.
Caesar is a 20-minute area control.
It's on the box.
So it's 20 minutes or less.
And
Or it's free.
Very simple game where you have these tokens behind your screen, and those tokens have strength on them, and you're going to put that token in between 2 territories, and it's going to have a strength on each side. And so you're deciding, I want like a strength of 2 on this side and a strength of 4 on this side, and you're just trying to take control of these regions. When you take control of the region, you get to put out another token, and that's going to give you control of that, and you're trying to get to 12 regions to win. But you also can obtain these powers. It really kind of reminded me of Seven Wonders Duel, in that it's just like a very easy game to like kind of learn, but there's like so many decisions that you're making. Just a really 2-player game.
It is a really 2-player game.
It is a really,
Always, in fact.
it is
Yeah,
really
it is aggressively
2-player.
2-player. So this next game, I'm gonna grab because it's over here.
He's grabbing stuff.
This boy is big.
That's a big boy!
That's a big boy.
Big
Look at
boy.
that smile. He knows he's big. So this is Wonderland's War. Have you had the chance to play Wonderland's War?
Slide over, we
Yeah,
can't see
yes.
his face anymore.
This is Wonderland's War.
I have played Wonderland's War. Let's talk about it later.
All right. Well, then what is your quiz for this one? I'll put it back up later.
My number 8 was Max's fake number 10. Long
Heyo.
Shot the Dice game. I think it's a remake on a game called Long Shot. It's like a roll and write version now. So what you're doing, you're rolling the dice, and the dice determine what horse moves in how many spaces. And what's really cool about that is when a horse moves, peripheral? Some other horse also moves based on that number. So if you roll a number 7, horse number 1 may also move. And then you also take this action, and as your action, you can like mark off another number. So if like you have like horse 5 to win, you're gonna start marking horse 5 off on every card. So horse 5 is moving every time the die is rolled, no matter what. So it's just a really fun game where it's like you're rooting for certain horses to win because it's gonna get you more money, but it's not game breaking if your horse doesn't win, because you can get points in other ways. You can get points by marking off these boxes in the concession stand. You're gonna get points marking off jerseys and helmets on certain horses. Buying horses. It's like if you own the horse that wins, so you're getting like 35 points out of like the 70 that you're gonna score.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
really neat. Yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely want to try
It's
that
fun
one.
and it's quick.
My next one is a game that I don't have here, but I currently have it held hostage from the Doolins, is Turing Machine.
Oh, yes.
Turing Machine is
Is this based on Alan Turing?
Yeah. It is a mathy, computery code breaker game where you are trying to figure out a 3-digit code, and there are clues that you can test numbers in, and it tells you whether the condition of that clue is met or not met. So it might be like, there are only even numbers here. So then if you do a code with an odd number, then it would give you an X, so you know that that condition is not met. Doing that, you are trying to either competitively or cooperatively figure out what the code is. I played it both, cooperative and competitive, and it was really fun. I kept losing, because I kept reading the clue, but every single time I lost, I wasn't like, this game sucks. It was, okay, let's run it back immediately because I think I'm gonna get it next time.
Which did you prefer, the competitive or cooperative?
I liked them both. I feel like the competitive kind of made you want to try and solve it faster. It's almost like, okay, I could test one more time, but if I get it now, I might get it before that person. So it makes you want to like risk it a little bit more. And then if you're me, it not work out.
It kind of sounds like Cryptid.
The competitive sort of has that same drive, except you're not discovering clues together like you are encrypted. Encrypted, everyone's getting the same amount of information at the same time except for your personal clue. Where in this, you are testing specific things a certain number of times.
Okay. I think I would really enjoy that
Yeah,
game.
it's a lot of fun.
It just tricks people into doing algebra for fun. And I love that. I love that so much, actually.
My number 7 is Mosaic, A Story of Civilization. So Mosaic is a civilization-themed game in the vein of like Tapestry, which is like a civilization-themed game, but not really a civ game. So this is a big, sprawling, the board is huge. I would suggest getting the deluxe edition over the retail edition because the deluxe edition comes with like these little mini cities that you're going to be putting on the board, where the retail comes out with like cardboard chits. And honestly, like the game is unplayable with those cardboard pieces on the board because the entire map is loaded with cardboard circles. Like it's 80 cardboard circles on this map. And so when you don't have the minis on there, it's hard to differentiate.
Really sounds like a Kyle game.
No, I think a lot of people would like it because it's more of like a tableau builder, honestly. You're trying to just like, everybody's getting different types of cards. You can get tech cards. You can get like tax and tariff cards to get your money up. And yeah, you're just trying to collect these tableau of cards to trigger almost like terraforming Mars to build these combos. So it really is like a Civilization terraforming Mars style game, but it's supposed to play in it plays in like 90 minutes. So, and it's just like a really big grandiose game. You feel like you've played something huge in a relatively short amount of time. I mean, 90 minutes is still a big game, but it's very fun.
I'd like to try it.
I don't think anybody here should own it.
Really selling this game right now.
But I know my audience. All right,
Yeah, that's fair.
I think you guys will enjoy playing it.
My number, I'm not gonna walk over there and drag it over here, but my number 6 is Blood on the Clock Tower. Now this is an interesting one to have on with you because I know that you have feelings about Blood on the Clock Tower.
No, you explain why you like it.
Games like Mafia and Werewolf are like timeless. I played them for the first time when I was in like 5th grade, I think, and it's something that even like into adulthood I played. I played one night for the first time like this past year, and this is, I feel like, is just like Mafia plus.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed it. I mean, I enjoy Mafia in general. And I feel like this has the room to grow how I feel about it and on my list because of all of the roles that I've heard about that I have not experienced yet. We did like just like the basic one, and it was interesting, but I feel like there's even more room to grow.
Yeah, and it's not that I do like Blood on the Clock Tower. I like giving Max a hard time, like we all do.
What?
But Blood on the Clock Tower is not in my top 10. But there's just something about social deduction games that don't like spark anything in me to like be like, I want to play that.
Mm-hmm.
And this one it does do something special. Like the roles are awesome. And even like when Max was explaining those other roles, like you were mentioning, I was like getting excited. I was like, oh my gosh, that would be so cool to see.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a blast playing it today with like, even like people I had just met. Like it was super fun to like meet with them and like talk to them. But I don't know, it's like, it's not that I mind lying. I don't mind lying in games. That's not it.
In games, we gotta specify.
I actually really enjoy lying in games. It's fun. I would prefer to be the bad guy in something like Blood on the Clock Tower. So it's not that I dislike it, but it's never my jam.
The things that put it above Mafia to me are, first off, that the player elimination does not remove them
That's true.
from the game. A downside is there's some roles that are kind of one and done, like you do your thing at the very beginning of the game and then you're just like a person.
There's an experience discrepancy. Like
Right.
people that have played the game are going to be just a ton better.
It's true.
And like knowing the roles is a huge part, like what everything you can do so you know how to manipulate it. Like Kenny has played it a lot. And like Kenny kept pulling me aside and the whole time I just kept thinking like, I think Kenny's just like using me here. So like he knows that like I don't know the game very well. So like he
might have been, but still being a good guy.
Yeah, and he was telling me the truth. Credit to Kenny. Like he was telling me the truth and he was helping. But like in the back of my mind, like I think I'm just getting lied to. Like this whole time. Which is the fun of the game, right? You can't trust anybody.
I will say that because of this game, Emily is now my #1 nemesis.
Nemesis, we played that.
That's true, we did play Nemesis today. That's not a 2022 release though, so. You can watch our video, it's like 2 years old. I'm on there.
My number 6 is from Ivy Studios. Does anybody have a guess?
Mythic Mischief.
It's Mythic Mischief.
No!
Mythic Mischief is my number 6. It is an abstract game that some compare to chess.
Some incorrectly. It's like chess if you add 7 different aspects to it.
All right, in Mythic Mischief, everybody's playing a group of monsters in a school, and you're trying to get the other clique of monsters captured by the principal or the janitor. I don't know what it is. So you're moving your monsters around the little board and trying to manipulate the board's walls to get your opponent captured, to get yourself up to 10 points. And this game can be played at 2, 3, or 4. I think a lot of people prefer it at 2. I really enjoyed it at 3 when I played it at Origins with a couple people.
A couple people?
I don't even know their names.
I don't really remember.
Some others were there. I was more focused on me. That's my number 6, Mythic Mischief.
All right, so my number 5 is another game that I played literally today. We got Veiled Fate. Is this on your list at all?
It is.
Is it this number?
It is not.
Then we will talk about this in a little bit. I'm gonna set it over here with these.
My number 5 is a game I played today.
It's Veiled Fate.
Blood on the Clock Tower!
And Blood on the Clock Tower, still not on my list.
Dang it.
Did not change it mid-list.
Ooh! Wait, I forgot about this game!
Unreal. Do you know what it is?
Acropolis!
It's Acropolis! I bought this game in the middle of playing it today.
Oh, whoa,
Yeah.
for real?
I did.
Also, it's my number 4, but that would be next,
Oh.
so we can go ahead and talk about it.
Okay, yeah, I bought it. We were halfway through and somebody said like, yeah, this is pretty cheap. And I went on Amazon and I just bought it.
Yeah, it was really good. You're drafting tiles, you're placing them, they got different colors on them, and then they have conditions to how they score, and then they have like stars that you have to get for how many of the star pieces you have. That's how many instances of that you score, and then you can stack them on top of each other, which multiplies how much they add to that instance of the star, and that's it. It's very simple, very easy to learn, and instantly I was like, this is great.
Acropolis had some similarities to Cascadia, and I despised Cascadia, and I loved Acropolis. So it's a crazy how like just little changes can change your opinion. It just seems so much quicker.
Yeah, it was so fast.
It was so fast. With 4 players, I cared what other people were doing. We were hate drafting each other. You could pay attention to what everybody was doing without like getting bogged down by like it being too cumbersome to keep up. It was just a really smart design.
Yeah, we were hate drafting Max, paving the way for Doolin to win.
Yeah.
Which I feel like is just standard on Tablenauts.
Hey, that's what typically happens!
It's every day, bro.
Every day!
All right, my number 4 is another game that I doubt anybody else has played. And this is a game called Carnegie. It's kind of an economic game where you're trying to take control of different parts of the United States. You have this like really cool player board that has sliders in it, and you're moving out your sliders, and every time you move out a slider,
I hardly know her!
you're getting better. If you like medium to heavyweight Euros, you like economic games, I highly suggest Carnegie because it's beautiful. It's unlike any other game I have ever played, honestly, of like a midweight Euro. Usually you get like, oh, this is another worker placement, this is another drafting game. It's not like those. So if you have any interest, look it up, hit me up in the Discord, and we can play a game on BGA.
Follow us on, well, not follow us on Discord. Join our Discord. When you said medium to lightweight Euros, I was just thinking of like the food.
I thought you were thinking of like a single person like Putin.
Yeah, pita right there, yeah. Yeah, not too much sauce. For my number 3 game, I have Paint the Roses, which is a cooperative deduction game where you have patterns that you're trying to get other people to figure out. So you'll place tiles, and the tiles will have either a color on them, a suit on, well, they'll have both. They'll have like a color and a suit, or like a color and a shape, or a color and a color, and you're gonna place a tile next to another tile, and then you put down a cube that says how many instances of your pattern show up touching all the cubes adjacent to, or all the tiles adjacent to it. And then, very important, everyone else does the same thing too about the card that they have. So every single turn, you're trying to eliminate what things that everyone's card can't be, and you have to do it in a certain amount of time because every now and then, the Queen of Hearts, it's another Alice in Wonderland themed, it was a big year for Alice in Wonderland apparently, is constantly coming closer to you, and the farther you get in the game, the faster she moves.
Cooperative deduction sounds pretty fun. Is it like Hanabi?
It's kind of like cryptid. except we're all on the same team and we all have a different cryptid.
Yeah, I think I'd be down for that. Well, my number 3 was on your list earlier, so
Which one?
It is Veiled Fate.
Let's go!
My second Ivy Studio game. You talk about it first.
This game is another one of those social deducty games, or maybe like hidden role or hidden
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
objective-y.
It's not really hidden. It's not really social deduction, is it?
Because it's not like everyone has a different role, but you don't know what character they are.
Yeah.
So you are taking the character, moving them onto quests, and you're getting points for people depending on like if they fail or succeed the quest, and whatever that person is what they get. So it's like you can move things that aren't yours and then do things to make them go up. So people are like, well, maybe that's their character because they keep moving them. Maybe they're insisting that they're green even though they're a completely different color for the entire time. And that's where like the strategy of it is, because you want to bluff to not let people know what specifically you are trying to go for.
Now, I think one of the really interesting things about this game is like in the first round, you're really trying not to give away who you are, right?
Right.
You're just trying to like collect cards, and then like round 3, you're like, if you're at 3 points and the leader's in 7, you kind of have to be like, I need to get points. And then
Who
you're
cares
like,
if they know what I am? I gotta go.
There have been times where I've given myself away purposefully in round 2 because it's just like, I need to get points, like, and there were bigger threats ahead of me. So it's like, it does not matter if they know my color. Like, I need to be able to win. It's actually really cool where you can keep yourself hidden, where like you can just go for it.
Right. The unique thing about the way we played it today with like the upper player counts is we played in teams, but you didn't know who your partner was.
Yeah.
And that was interesting, especially because there was one person by themselves. It ended up being me. Go Team Green.
That wasn't even your color.
It was green to me. You're like, okay, is this person moving this because they're on the same color? Are you my team? Are they my team? Do I even have a teammate or am I alone? For the first like 2/3 of the game, I thought Doolin was possibly my teammate, but really he was faking it and then switched at the end and won. Yeah, good game.
It's a great game.
Veiled Fate is good. So my number 2 game is a game that kind of like came out of nowhere for me. It's something that we played in the last week. It is For Humors. It is a bluffing area control game. So you are trying to place your pieces on certain spots on a map to meet the objective. So maybe they're edge pieces, maybe they're 3 spots connected without a bridge. Maybe it's places that other people also have things. And the way that you get it on the map is by these trackers that have icons that are either a sword, a heart, a book, or a hourglass. There's the instance of like, okay, what is this person putting down? Are they putting down something that's going to cancel me? Each location has spots, and it's different for each location. So maybe this location only has 1 instance where like you could put a sword. Nah, that wouldn't happen. Only 2 instances where you can put a sword, but it's also like sword heart, and then this one is also sword heart. If both of them place swords, then they're both dead. If one places sword and one person places hearts, then the person with the sword wins. But they could just both place hearts and win together, but that's not gonna happen.
What is this called? What is this like mechanism called? This is like a thing. It's a thing.
Yeah, it's like
Thanks, man.
like the prisoner's dilemma.
That's what it is. It's the prisoner's dilemma.
Yeah.
Like in Batman Dark Knight.
Yeah, with the detonators,
yeah.
but most of them have like 6 spaces where people put things. There was only like 1 that was like the prisoner's dilemma. It was instantly one that was like, I want to play this again.
My number 2, I'm wondering if this is your number 1, Marvel Dice Throne.
No, that's not my number 1.
Yeah, so Marvel Dice Throne is a game, I just got introduced to Dice Throne through Marvel Dice Throne because I really like the theme. And honestly, when the Kickstarter happened, I was just like, I don't need that. And then like everybody was talking about how fun Dice Throne is. So I was like, I'll go ahead and pre-order it and whatever. And it is a blast. It is a great 2-player game. I don't know if I'd play it more, but it's a great 2-player like battle Yahtzee game where you just chucking dice, activating powers to get your enemy at 0 health. It's just very quick, very, it's fun to roll dice and activate these very thematic powers. I have since bought 2 non-Marvel packs. I have also gotten the Santa versus Krampus pack.
I feel like I need to play it again because you and Kenny both put it on your top 1. And for me, I was just kind of like, I mean, like, it's okay. It just kind of seemed like a back and forthy. Though I do like I love that you can mix and match the sets. And I just love the idea of like Black Panther versus Santa Claus.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay,
Yeah,
let's go. For my number 1, I don't see it. Oh, there it is. My number one, Feed the Kraken.
Pirate BOTC.
It's Pirate Secret Hitler, really. This is the one that like my brain keeps going back to. The one that like out of everything we've played, it is my favorite. It is Secret Hitler and because it has that same aspect of you say and key.
You can just throw key into any name.
It's the new and Knuckles. So it has that same aspect of Secret Hitler where two people put in a card and then the third person picks it and you're like, oh, did they put in this card because they wanted a negative thing to happen or did they only have negative options? You have the good guys, sailors, bad guys, pirates, and then also the cult leader, which adds a whole nother layer of chaos into the mix because that is a faction that can also grow. It starts as one, but by the end, it can expand and people that you trusted at one point can become evil and become the captain and throw the cult leader to the Kraken and lose the game for everyone else. Or I guess win the game for themselves.
Honestly, that catapulted what I thought about the game.
It was
like
great.
the fact that happened.
Every round you're choosing like a new captain, and then that captain chooses like their two people. Two of them put cards in, and then a third one chooses which direction that you go. But if someone becomes the captain and chooses their people, and you're like, I don't like this, everyone has a chance to mutiny and take the role of captain from the captain with these tiny little guns. Feed the Kraken is my boom Tablenauts Game of the Year 2022.
Worst spot ever. Oh my gosh.
It's my boom.
Boom 2022.
My number one game of the year is Wonderland's War. Boom!
Tablenauts Game of the Year.
So Wonderland's War, this was lower on your list.
Yes.
So why don't you go over why you hate it?
It's not that I hate it. It's just the other ones I feel like I liked more. I played it once and I really enjoyed it and I've played it again. But I feel like, I mean, it's so big and that it's intimidating. First off, like tabling it
A little bit, yeah.
It's one that like I've sent pictures of it to people that I'm playing, and they're like, I would never play that because of how much it is.
Though.
It's not. Once you get into it, it's pretty simple. There's like a little bit of like things to learn, but once you do that, it's like, oh yeah, it's just pretty straightforward for the rest of it.
Yeah. So this is a game that has been dubbed by one of the designers as Battle Quacks. So if you ever played Quacks of Quedlinburg, it has a very similar mechanic of putting shits into a bag and pulling them out, but you're using them to fight each other, which is great. And I kind of think it has a little bit of a Blood Rage feel, which I'm okay with.
It does.
Quacks meets blood.
That's what we said was Quacks.
Blood Quacks. Blood
It's
Quacks.
Quacks meets Blood Rage, two games I love. I like this game so much that I got rid of Quacks of Quedlinburg, and I had everything for Quacks of Quedlinburg. I had every expansion. I had the nice little geek up bits. I had like a $250 version of Quacks of Quedlinburg, and I was just like, nah, you stink. I like Wonderland's War now.
Quacks of Quedlinburg. More like craps of Quedlinburg.
Craps of Quedlin turds.
But we like that game too.
I mean, not anymore.
No, it's over. No, I really do like Quacks.
It's a good game, yeah.
It is good.
And that is our list for this video, the superior list. Thank you for tuning in. Stick around for our next video, which is going to be the probably equal, more superior than Max's list from the Doolin.
It's probably like one notch below this.
Yeah, maybe just under us.
It's like us, the Doolios.
Yeah, right here.
And then like Max and Kenny.
Well, Kenny's is here. And Max's is down here.
He also had Blood on the Clock Tower 1.
That's true, so I don't know. I mean, I like Blood.
Yeah, you do. No, so do I. It was like my 11.
Yeah. Bye.
See ya.